You're going to need 1 to 3 lemons, a strainer for the lemon seeds, an enema bucket or enema bag, closed top or open top. You're going to need distilled water and some sort of lubrication such as boyi butter, or you can use coconut oil. And finally, you will need a pot to warm up your water or an electric kettle. Happy, healthy, and free with Boyi. Hello beautifuls, my name is Bo Yi, founder of IBelieveInLoveAgain.com. So I'm so excited tonight because I'm going to remake my how to do a lemon enema video. This is so important. I used to do lemon enemas every single day for a whole year. Maybe it was more than a year actually. And I felt absolutely fantastic. And recently I kind of fell out of the practice of doing it every day, but I guess you can say my New Year's resolution is to get back on track of doing them more often. I don't know if I will do them every single day, but I feel like maybe at least every other day is really good. But anyways, if you're not sure if this is the right practice for you and you have some specific health conditions, you can always talk to your doctor first. I'm not a doctor. It's very good for preventing health problems, because when we're all clogged up on the inside, when we've got constipation going on, this is like the precursor to most diseases and illnesses. So anyways, what you're gonna need are lemons. There are different kinds of lemons. There's sour lemons and sweet lemons. So the sour ones are going to be more potent. They're going to be more efficient in your enema. So you actually need less juice if you use the sour ones. If you use the sweet ones, they're not as strong, and you might need more of these as you get more advanced in your practice. Okay, and you're going to need some water, of course. Distilled water is recommended. You want to use clean water. Very, very, very important. Don't even think about using tap water in your enemas. You're going to want to use an enema bucket or an enema bag. This is just personal preference. I like the bucket because I feel like it's easier to sterilize before and after use. The enema bags, there are a couple of different options. You can get a bag where it's like open at the top and you just pour the water in, and the bottom is where the hose is connected to. So some people like that. Some people like their enema bags to be completely enclosed. So you have that option as well. So just be very careful when you're purchasing your bag or your bucket. Just like read the entire description to make sure you're getting what you want. You're going to need a lubricant. So of course I use my own boyi butter. It's organic, it's all natural, made of cocoa butter and sesame oil. So I just take a little bit of this and lubricate the tip of my enema hose so that I can insert the hose into my body very easily. If you'd like to get some boyi butter, just go to my website, boyibutter.com. If you want to just use whatever you have lying around, you can use coconut oil, you can use sesame oil, you can use olive oil. Just make sure it's organic if possible. And of course, you're going to need a pot to warm your water up in, or you can use an electric kettle, which I actually prefer, but mine broke recently. The kettle I prefer because it's so much faster. Like you just pour the water in, and then you like, push that lever down, and it takes like 10 seconds to like get your water hot. But I think that's pretty much it. So let's get started. Oh, by the way, if you've never done a lemon enema before in your entire life, I recommend using just 1 lemon to start off with, because this is a very potent solution and you literally will not be able to hold this solution within you, and it might be too strong. So yeah, I just recommend that you use the juice of 1 lemon, and use about 3 to 4 cups of distilled water. I never use a measuring cup to measure. I just kind of eyeball it. Yeah, it can be anywhere from like 3 to 4 cups approximately. So according to this, it would be about 1,000 milliliters. All right, so go ahead and follow along. And you're also gonna need a strainer of some sort to make sure you catch the seeds and the rind and whatnot, because you don't want that in your enema solution. You just want straight juice and distilled water. So when I start my process of getting my enema ready, I take my enema bucket, I take the hose, and I put it around my neck just to kind of get the hose out of my way, because I'm gonna have to pour the juice into my bucket. Okay, kind of just wrap it like so, like a little scarf. Make sure you wash your lemons. So I'm gonna do that now. For me, since I've been doing enemas for a long time, my body can handle more lemons. So these are sweet lemons. I'll use 2 of these and 1 sour lemon. For most people, this would be way too much. So again, if you're new to this, just use 1 lemon. Okay, so you're gonna need a knife. Here, let me put you right here. Okay, so just what I do is I just slice them in half, just like this. Like so. Look at how pretty. Just like this. Now you're gonna need to squeeze the juice into the bucket. Okay. Next, put your strainer into your bucket. I love this. I got this at Target, this strainer. It came in a set of 2, a smaller one and this bigger one. Anyways, next you're gonna need to squeeze your lemons. You wanna get all that nice juice out, get as much juice out as you can. This lemon juice is what really breaks down the mucus lining in your colon. So this right here is gold. So what I do sometimes, you see all that flesh that's coming out like this, I take my thumb and I run it down the flesh to get even more juice out like that at the end. Wow, lots and lots of seeds. So if you have a friend with a lemon tree, or if you have a lemon tree, you're super lucky. But yeah, because lemons can be very expensive. But guess what? The cost of having diseases or cancers that you could have prevented, that's way more expensive than the cost of lemons and distilled water. Distilled water is literally like $1 or less than $1 at most grocery stores. In California, you have to pay for the plastic, so that's like an extra 10 cents. But still, that's like super cheap compared to hundreds of thousands of dollars for radiation and whatnot. Anyways, so prevention is key. All right, so this was a sour lemon. This is very exciting. It's smaller, but it's very potent. You see how I'm going in there? Like sometimes I open the lemon and I push my thumbs in and get the rest of the lemons out. I get the rest of the juice out, and then I push down. So juicy. It can get kind of messy. If you do this often, like I usually do, like every day, every other day, it's a good idea to use gloves, because then your hands will get really dry after time, because the lemon juice is just so drying. That's about it. Got all of them into the bucket. So what you do next is just take the strainer out of the bucket. And the next step is to put the water in here. So my water is already pretty warm, or no, it got cold again, so I'm gonna warm it up again. So you don't want your water to be super hot, because that will burn your insides. You want it nice and warm, getting closer to hot, but definitely not hot. If you can't touch your water, then that's too hot. So, okay. And the thing with enemas is, if you get the water too hot, sometimes you can't even tell until the water comes out of you and it feels like it's burning. So if you're new to this process, I recommend not risking it and just, making a wild guess and making it, you know, more on the hot side. Just be a little safer and make it a little bit more on the lukewarm side when you start off with, until you really get to know your body and what your body can handle. But this is nice and warm, a little more on the hot side because I know what my body can handle. So I'm just gonna pour this into the bucket. This is about almost 4 cups. All right, so now I'm gonna head over to the restroom. You're gonna need to get a towel, you know, so you can lay on your towel while you rest. So next you wanna hang your Enema bucket or bag up over your shower head. But in my bathroom, I'm very lucky. I happen to have a little hook right up there, which is super high up. I happen to have one there, which is like for towels. So I like to hook it up there. So get your hose ready. I like to just kind of set it so that it won't come out. Anyway, so get your bucket up there, get it set up, and next set up your towel. So I'm gonna set up my towel here. So I usually have a towel that I designate to do my enemas. I found my husband's enema bucket, so you can actually take a look at his, how it's supposed to look, because this is newer. Okay, so this is the hose, or here's the bucket, and here's the hose, and then you've got, whoops, shoot. And then towards the end, you've got this roller thing, and when you roll it in one direction, it pinches, it starts to pinch. See, the roller itself is the pincher, it pinches the hose. So that's very convenient because when you're taking your enema solution in, sometimes it's going too fast and you want it to stop. So you just pinch it and the flow stops, and then when you're ready to take in more fluid, you unpinch it, you unroll it, and the rest of the solution comes out. And this is what the applicator looks like, this end, the tip. All right, so here we go. Okay, so I was gonna demonstrate in my bathroom, but it's such a tight squeeze, I thought it would be better to show you right outside my bathroom. So just imagine, so I'm gonna actually use my husband's enema bucket to demonstrate because there's no water in there, so it won't get all over the place. So just imagine the bucket's full of the solution, which I just made for you and showed you. You've got your stopper. It stopped. Make sure it's on the stop, in the stop position. So you've squeezed it, and you just get comfortable. A lot of people like to lay on their sides like this. You can rest your head with your arm. You can lay on your left side or right side. It's up to you. There's different schools of thought as far as which side is better, but I just recommend experimenting to see what works for you. So you take your enema tip and you get your bohea butter or whatever oil you have, and just take a little bit, you don't need much, and then you lubricate the tip like so, just need a little bit, and then you simply insert into your anus. Okay, and then once you have it inside of you, and you feel comfortable, so just, I'm not, you know, gonna put it in me now, but just imagine it's in, then you switch hands, you hold on to the hose so it stays in put, and you take the other hand and you slowly unroll the roller, and slowly but surely the solution will start to trickle down the hose and come faster and faster, and it's just gonna come down the hose. And if it's too fast, again, you can just pinch it and it's fine. In some cases, especially when you're new to this, you're not gonna be able to hold much of the solution. You might not even be able to hold like half a cup, and that's okay. Okay, so when you feel like you have to use the restroom, just go ahead and, you know, stop the fluid if you have time, put it to the side, quickly get up and use the restroom. And after you've eliminated, you know, your feces and whatnot, then you come back and you try again. See if you can finish using all the solution, because otherwise it's like a waste. Because like I said, that lemon juice is gold. But as you get used to this, it gets easier over time. Like within two or three times, like you should be able to hold more fluid. But for me, usually I can just receive all the fluid in one go. And then at the end, sometimes I like to lift my hose just to make sure I get the rest of it out. And then I stop it, put it to the side. You can either just lay here. Some people like to get on their backs, like so. You can do like a bridge and lift your hips up. You can massage your belly. The longer you can sit and hold the solution in, the better. So if you can hold for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, even longer, 30 minutes, that's great. For me, to be quite honest, I don't know, I just like to get things done as fast as I can. So I don't hold for that long. What I do is I do a handstand against the wall. And so obviously that solution's coming up my intestines like so much faster. So I don't get to hold it as long because like when you do a handstand, you just don't hold it as long because like your body wants to expel it faster. So I might hold it for a couple minutes and then I run to the restroom and expel everything. So anyway, that's pretty much it. It's really simple. Just, you know, when you do this after some time, you'll find the method that works the best for you. You can experiment with pretty much almost every part of this whole process. Like from the solution, you can experiment with more distilled water, less distilled water, more lemon juice, less. Again, when you're starting out, just use 1 lemon, the juice of 1 lemon, and distilled water. Because the less water you use and the more lemon juice you use, the more potent it becomes. And yes, it will break down more mucus in, you know, your colon, but you might not even be able to hold it and handle it because it's so strong. Some things to know is that when you do this for the first time, make sure you don't set any appointments like right after your first enema, because you just want to see how your body works. You don't want to set an appointment, you know, half an hour after you're done with your enema and you go to your appointment and then you feel like you have to use the restroom again. You know, because that can happen the first few times. But after a while, you get to know your body, and usually, like for me, when I do an enema, I just, you know, I use the restroom, I get everything out, and that's it. I don't have to like keep going to the restroom because my body's just kind of used to it. What else? Make sure that temperature is good. It's not too hot. You want to be careful. You don't want to burn yourself. Oh, and eating. You know, if you do enemas with a diet that's conducive to proper elimination, then that's even better. So I'll just say what works for me. So in the daytime, I eat fruits, and that helps to like break down mucus and like kind of get things flowing. And then in the evenings, I eat like a grooming salad, you know, a rough salad. And then after that, more vegetables or other foods that are heavier with like tortillas or bread, anything like that, I eat after my salad. But eating your salad throughout your meal is okay too, because all that roughage helps to push all the mucus out of your body. So for me, when I eat in that order every day, you know, like the fruit first, raw fruit can be too astringent for some people in the beginning when they go plant-based. So if that's too much for your body, it's better to stew your fruits, make them, you know, cook them, cook them so they're like a stew. So you can do that, or you can bake your fruits. Like if you bake apples, that's really delicious. You can bake pears. You can even bake bananas, and you don't have to like leave them in the oven that long. Anyway, so fruit is usually good for your first meal, and then after that, it's good to do salad and, you know, vegetables and heavier foods. But if you do that every day alongside with your enemas, you will usually find that you go to the restroom more often. You'll start to feel way better. You'll have everything will get better. One thing to know is like when you're detoxing though, you can have detox symptoms. So what that is like before you get better, it might seem like you're getting worse, but you're really not. It's just that everything's leaving your body. So like when toxins leave your body, you know, it tries to come out through the skin everywhere. So you might have more acne for a little while, but then after all the toxins come out, you will have like the clearest skin ever. You might have more like body odor in the beginning because everything again is trying to come out, but then later on you'll like smell so fresh. You will barely have any body odor if you like keep eating clean, you know, lots of fruits, lots of veggies, do your enemas. Your whole body will change. It's so amazing. So give this a try for some time. I recommend doing this every day for at least 2 weeks if you're new to this, to see how effective this process is. Like if you do this one time, you won't get any benefits. Like you have to do this like at least every day for 2 weeks to start to see the benefits. Another thing is when you first do this and you don't, like you do it one time, not a lot might come out because you're so dried up in there, or your feces is all like hardened and stuff. It could take 2 to 3 days for everything to soften, and then like the third day you're gonna have like all this stuff come out. It's pretty crazy. I remember the first couple weeks when I did enemas, oh my gosh, so much came out of me. It was so gross and so stinky and just so much. I was like, where is this coming from? It's not from last night's meal. It's from like weeks or months ago, like just so much stuff. And like I said, I did this every day for a whole year, and I would have these parasites come out of me, like these long parasites. They were so disgusting. So it's very cleansing if you're interested in, you know, having better health. I really recommend this. This really helped me so much. All right, talk to you guys later. I'm gonna finish up doing my real enema now. You guys take care and God bless. Bye. Let's just say, because blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Take care of your temple. It is a gift from God.